What is going on, my peepales? I am Russell, and I'm bringing you another 1v1 cast between mouzHasu and MTarson. This is a best of 5 series from the ESL, and this is game 1. So we will be seeing a possible either 3-game or all the way to 5. And this is the quarterfinal for the Sennheiser Cup. And so it is on Shattered Temple, and as I've said before, Shattered Temple, the natural is right outside the main base, with also leads into Destructible Rocks into the aka Old Island little expansion here, which also has a close high yield. I don't know why I couldn't say Destructible Rocks, but there is a close Destructible Rocks, which is a little bit difficult to hold and defend if you don't have a big enough army to deal with everything else that is going along with the game. And we do have mouse, or I'm just gonna say it's Hasu. I don't know if it's mouzHasu now or if it's Hasu still, but I'm just gonna go with Hasu. So we'll just stick with that, and I will bring up the production tab, income. And I don't know why I paused it. That is my fault, 100%. And we do see Hasu going for the gateway, and this is on patch 1.3.3. So we will be seeing, this is where the 4-gate was nerfed, so we more than likely will not see a 4-gate come into play. We're going to see a little bit different strategy than what most Procast players are used to, because having that 4-gate nerfed, a lot of the strategies for 4-gate, well, not really a lot of them, but the main strategy that most Procast players used has been taken out of the picture. Like, for example, Naniwa, Dignitas Naniwa, he was pretty much boss at 4-gate. He could, like, his 4-gate would finish, I think, at like the 5-minute and 3-second mark. He would have that finished. And so will we see this SCV being taken out? No, this probe will try and do a little bit of damage here. It might be able to actually take that out. If he does not get that away, no, the probe will stay alive. He is checking out what is going on. He does see that this orbital command is coming into play now, and the Marine does get out. But will the Marine be able to snipe this? And he might actually be able to snipe this if he micros the Marine correctly. And no, he will not. This probe thinking his lucky stars that he has 5 HP left. So he's going to go head on home and just do what probes do, and that is either A, gather gas, or B, gather minerals, or C, build shit. Yeah, build shit. Wait a second. This probe might not live. This Marine will intercept it, and will he be able to kill it? And oh my gosh, the probe runs right into him, and he will be taken out in an... poor probe. We do see these SCV coming in here, and he is seeing what is going on. He does see that A, there is 2 gases, and that there is already a cybernetics core and a gateway, but the gateway is being chrono boosted. There is no chrono boost yet on the cybernetics core, but he is getting out that stalker as quickly as possible, because we actually do see a Reaper coming onto the field. But will this Reaper be able to do quite a bit of damage is the question, because that stalker is just now finishing, but the stalker unfortunately is checking around, and he will actually miss the Reaper harass, and the Reaper will be coming in here shortly. And the Reaper is kind of just chilling here, and will we be seeing the Reaper utilized yet or no? And we are seeing the Stalker coming out here. We will see the Stalker taking out this SCV, who does hold a watchtower, but this Reaper is moving in at the same exact time, and there is one Zealot out on here, but the Zealot is not going to be quick enough. He needs to respond accordingly. He's going to lose 1 probe. He's losing 1 probe, maybe 2. No, he's just losing 1 so far, and this Reaper can just basically kite the Zealot around if he wants to, and these probes denying him in the... Oh, very nice micro there by Hasu, taking some of those probes off the line to get the surround on that Reaper, so the Reaper can't really go anywhere. So we will now be seeing maybe a Stalker being patrolled between this point here, so that he will be able to stop any Reaper harass. Sorry, excuse me. And we see 2 Marauders on the field. Oh, and this Stalker going to be getting picked off because of these custom shells are finished. So that's a free 125 minerals, 150 minerals for, no, 25, yeah, that's correct, for Tarson taking that out. But he also did lose that Reaper, so it's kind of a decent exchange. But both players taking their early expansion. Tarson already having his finished, and Hasu just now getting his up and running. Well, it's just almost halfway finished, and he does have that Robo Bay coming down. He is on a 2-gate Robo Bay. He is building 1 more gateway, so it will be a 3-gate Robo. So he is tech switching correctly into those immortals, because immortals do extra damage against armored units. And you does see that he does have quite a few. As you can tell, we have quite a few Marauders and Ares left the game. Okay. And he has 6 Marauders on the field. We have 1 Marine here just chilling, kind of maybe like being a little scout-ish thing, but he will be moving in just as this expansion does finish. The expansion just now finishing, and he's transferring those probes down. He does not have quite enough units yet at this point in time, but he is getting a few more. You're getting those force fields to kind of block it off, but this force will be coming in here. Will he be able to see this? And he does not see this just yet, and now he does see this force coming in, and is he going to react accordingly? Will he be able to get this? And he might actually lose this expansion if he's not careful. He is throwing up the Guardian Shield to negate any damage, because it does do reduced range damage by 2, splitting up not the workers, but the army just a little bit, kind of trapping them a little bit to do more damage to him, and he is going to fend off this hack decently enough. He is losing maybe 1 Stalker, and possibly going to lose a Zealot if they do. Yep, he does lose that Zealot, but he will also be taking out these Marauders, and this Marauder will go down. Will it get another Sentry though, or no? And no, it does not get another Sentry, so both players exchanging just a decent amount of units, and we do see Haswov throwing up his map axe, so he is going to be able to see exactly what is being built here. And he does see that, okay, the expansion is up, there is another assimilator, there is a factory, 2 factory, and a starport on the way. And he also sees that his main base, he has the two refineries, and if he just moves a little bit more, he'll be able to see that engineering bay to know that his opponent is going to start going for upgrades. And we do see Hasuov taking down these rocks to expand yet again, I want to say. Because I believe he knows his opponent isn't going to be as aggressive, and if he is, he'll be able to see his opponent move out, because he does have this observer here. A good place to place the observer is like right here in this little point here, because they're not able to actually see it unless if they move under it and they catch it just out of their eye, and the observer is able to see like any unit streaming down. This is another good place also, but if the other player is like lucky or smart, they'll just like go right here in the shadows. But we are seeing a 4th gateway going down for Hasuov. He does have this robotics bay done, and he is getting out that Colossus, and he should be researching he is just now starting the extended thermal lance research, and he is warping this into a warp gate, or changing it into a warp gate, whichever one you want to say. And he is very nicely saturated at his main, and very nicely saturated at his expansion at the same time. And both players having almost roughly the same exact economy, but we are seeing Hasuov with a ton more harvesters than we are seeing with Tarson. But Tarson also going to take out these back rocks, but the only thing is that Hasuov's back rocks were taken down a lot quicker, so his expansion is going to be up a lot quicker also. We do see infantry level 1 combat shield. I believe there is already Stimpack, and this observer is seeing these units move out, so he knows exactly what is moving into his base, and so he will be able to respond accordingly. He does have more than enough units here. As long as he has the stalkers on the high ground, these stalkers will be able to take out these medevacs, but these medevacs are allowing these units to get high ground vision. And so this pylon will be taken out, but he is going to do a little bit of damage. He's going to take out 1 Marine, but this pylon being built just basically directly again. And these stalkers need to go with the main force, and he needs to use these force fields correctly, split up the army kind of so that they can't really do much damage. We are seeing attack being commenced here, and he is splitting up the army just fine, and he is using those force fields correctly, and with this Colossus here, he is doing quite a bit of damage. If we go to the units lost tab, we see Tarson with 16 and Hasuov with 8 lost. But because of the difference in the cost for minerals, gas, and everything between Procast and Terran units, it's roughly the same right now. So they're both kind of on the same footing. They both have the same amount of tech, and he's scanning there for... I'm not sure as to what he was scanning there for, because the observer is right here. But he does have his expansion down at the 3rd, or for his 2nd expansion. He does have Vikings out, which is the good tech switch to go against Colossus. And then he is getting another starport, and he is building the factory with a reactor on there. But he does not have, unless if he, oh, I see what he's doing. Once the starport is finished, he's just going to lift and switch. So that's why he is building this reactor here on this factory. So I'm pretty sure we can see the lifting of both buildings. Yep, lifting and switching. And we will probably see a tech lab going down on this. That's what I want to say he'll go, is he'll get a tech lab out on this factory so that he can pump out some siege tanks if needed. But he is going to make a small drop here. He does have 3 Marauders and 2 Marines in there. And this photon cannon not going to finish in time, or actually it might just finish in time. No, it will not finish in time. And these Marines and the Marauders coming in here, taking down this photon cannon, going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 probe kills, but the army not taking the full, actually, no, he is not taking the full army. He does have some stalkers here to deal with any other drops that are coming in, and it looks like MTarson will be coming in from the back also to his main base to deal with this, and he will be losing, no, he will not be losing these Marines and Marauders, but he does have another medevac and more Marines and Marauders on the way, so it looks like he might be doing another drop here. But we do have these 2 medevacs with 2 Marauders, 4 Marines, and another 4 Marines, so 8 Marauders and 2 Marines, I'm sorry, 8 Marines and 2 Marauders right there, and he will be taking down these back rocks. And will we see anything from MouzHasu? He is building that photon cannon. He does have these 4 stalkers here to deal with this, but it's not going to be enough to deal with this size of army. He's going to lose all of these stalkers, but he does now see that these rocks are being taken out, so he is warping in some zealots here to deal with this. So the zealots will be more like tanks, and he is bringing it out over his whole entire army here to take care of this. Does he have any other units? And no, he doesn't have any other units at his main base, and this drop is going to be commencing. It is going to take out this pylon. He might be warping in some units. No, yes, he is warping in 3 stalkers here, but these units are just going to streamroll right in here, taking out 1, 2 probes, almost instantly one-shotting those probes, and he will be losing another pylon, and this will, I believe, supply block him at this point in time, and we go to the production tab. He is getting Sidestorm, and MTarson backing up because he's like, okay, my work is done. I killed 2 pylons and a few probes. So he's like, okay, I've got this. So MTarson feeling very safe right now because he is kind of controlling MouzHasu, kind of making him stay and build more pylons than what he would want to for the army, but you always want to have the ability to max out your Procast army. And we are seeing yet another drop, I believe, from MTarson here. And we do see the main force of MouzHasu right here at this expansion here to help defend it, but he now have 2 photon cannons here, 3 photon cannons actually. And these medevacs are going to be moving here shortly, and they are going to be going down. And as we look at the army size we have here for MTarson, he has 11 Vikings on the field. I should probably go units tab instead of actually counting them separately. He has 11 Vikings, 25 Marauders, and 39 Marines. To the 11 Zealots, 4 Colossus, 15 Stalkers, 7 Sentries, but there are 7 High Templars on the field also. So those High Templars are going to do quite a bit of damage, and he's just throwing away that Zealot because it's like, he got to kill. But those High Templar are going to be doing a ton of damage, and we are going to be seeing both armies clashing here in the center, and they do see each other, and MTarson is backing up a little bit, getting rid of that Watchtower vision, but we are seeing MouzHasu kind of moving out here. He will have that feedback, and he will have those storms, and if he uses these storms correctly, he will be able to easily take out this whole entire army with no problem, picking off a Marauder on the way over. But it does not look like these forces will be meeting just yet. They are going to macro both up a little bit more, and we do see MTarson dropping down here again at this expansion. But at this expansion, oh my gosh, we see so many gateways going down. If we go to the production tab, we do see 6 gateways going down here for MouzHasu, but he's warping in just enough units to deal with this, but he's losing both of those cannons, and he does have that, oh, and he's taking the feedback, using that feedback to take out that, and what is he doing? Why is he running down here? I'm not sure as to why he is running down there. And that High Templar being taken out, but he did do his job, taking out that medevac. Oh, he was just waiting for charge to finish. Very nice. And we do see a DT. Oh my gosh, and this battle coming here also. I did not even see this. And we are seeing almost every single unit here from MouzHasu being destroyed. But he is using these Blink Stalkers. He is microing correctly, using the energy for the from the High Templars, morphing them in the Archons, kind of using them as tanks as much. He does need to cancel this. He does cancel that. And he is coming back into his natural, taking out these Marines and Marauders. And he is going to take out this medevac, and he does have so many gateways now. If we go, we have 6 gateways here, another 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 gateways. Oh, and I have him, oh my, he has so many gateways. He has almost 16 gateways, so he's almost instantly able to replenish his army size in no time whatsoever, and the amount of resources he is having right now, that is going to be no problem for him. The only problem is he is not able to replenish those Colossus quick enough, but he does have only 1 Robo, and he is working on level 2 for his upgrades, but he does not have any shields yet. So he is 1-1 right now, soon to be 2-1, I'm sorry, soon to be 2-2, but these armies are going to be meeting yet again in the middle here, and we are seeing these classes doing ton of damage. We do need to see Storm being thrown down to take care of those Vikings, and we are seeing Storm going down. The Terran units just walking right into them, losing almost all of their health, taking down every single Viking, I believe, and yes, he will be taking down almost every single Viking, killing that Ghost, and he has, all of his units are just so low in the HP meter, but he does take out that Colossus, and he is warping in that Archon, and that Archon kind of just like a traveling Archon with him. And we do see more Templar on the field, and that scan going out to take care of the Dark Templar, but the Dark Templar going out a little bit, getting rid of the scan, and the Storm just doing so much damage to these bio units, just decimating every single unit that MTarson has, taking out every single Viking. Will he be able to take this Viking out? And yes, he's losing every single Viking here, and he's morphing in 2 Archons at this point in time. And he will be taking out the rest of this army, and they will be meeting yet again. And will this army be taken out? And yes, this army is in the red. The Venevac does not have enough energy to deal with, to heal all of these, so that we do have more Venevacs coming into the play that do have a little bit more energy, but these units just are so dead right now that they're just like limbs hung on by like string. And then we do have another classes out on the field, and these Blink Stalkers are being utilized so well to take care of all of these units, and the Blinks, and that Stalker almost dying, but blinking out of danger. And oh, that poor Observer who has been there that whole time, just taken out, sadly. But we are seeing MTarson not really having like that big of an army compared to how quickly Hasuov is able to replenish his army. And he does have 1 Archon with him. And sorry, I did not mean to bring that up. And we are seeing 7 more High Templars on the field with 2 Archons, 21 Stalkers, and 2 Colossus. And he is taking out both of these. Oh no, he's not going to take out both the Vikings. Never mind, I thought he was going to. Excuse me. I had to take a drink. But we are seeing Hasuov's 3rd expansion being almost fully saturated also. This expansion easily being saturated too. And this one having almost no minerals, so he doesn't really need any probes there. But he does have this Arc Shrine. He is working on level 3 weapons for his units. And he is using these Archon... these are High Templar. Is he going to morph all of these into Archons? Because Archons are now considered a massive unit. Their range has been upgraded to 3.5, I believe. Yes, it has been upgraded to 3. I believe it was at 2, or it was at 2.5, and they upgraded it to 3. But the Storm doing massive amounts of damage. Storm going right on top of these units, right in front of them as their movement path. We will see more Storm being used onto the field. Just all of MTarson's units just walking right through those Storms, killing almost every single Viking. Those Vikings not going to be able to do any damage to these classes. This class look like it's going to live. Is it going to live? Yes, this class is with 11 HP is going to live. And MTarson throws up the GG. Hasuov just decimating him with every single Storm that he throws down. The Storms were just perfectly placed because MTarson was just running right through every single Storm. And MTarson just didn't have the capabilities to produce units as quickly as Hasuov was, because Hasuov had, I believe, let's see how many gateways he really did have at the end there. So he had a ton of gateways to produce all of his units. He had almost 16, yes, almost 16 gateways. So instantly, if he lost his army, bam, there's 16 Stalkers, whatever unit composition he wants. 3 High Templars, whatever. So he was easily able to replenish his army size almost instantly. So Hasuov taking this game by a landslide, in my opinion, because his econ was up, his army size was up. He just had the correct unit composition to counter anything that MTarson threw at him. So this is game 1. We will be going on to game 2, and I will not have that game up until tomorrow because it is like 1 in the morning, like 1 in the morning or something like that. So I'm casting on little sleep, and like I said, this game will be actually being uploaded as I'm sleeping. So don't forget to subscribe if you're not subscribed. Comment on it, let me know how I'm doing, and don't forget to thumbs up, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.